Today on the Bloody Alphabet 3, we have F for Filho. And just a reminder, I don't speak Spanish, so I'm probably going to mispronounce some words. Also, since things are so uncertain and so bad here on the Clock app, remember that you can find me with the same username pretty much everywhere else. Okay, so without further ado, we have Pedro Rodriguez Filho. He was born on October 29th, 1954, and lived until March 5th of 2023. He's also known as Pedrinho Matador, Killer Lil Pedro, Killer Petey, or simply Killer Petey. Pedro was a Brazilian serial killer, spree killer, vigilante, and YouTuber known for pursuing and killing exclusively suspected criminals as a teenager between the age of 14 and 19, in particular an entire gang in response to the murder of his pregnant girlfriend. After having such a horrible murder last night with Miyuki Ishikawa, I thought we could talk about someone who did kill a lot of people, but also who you might not hate by the end of this. Pedro was officially sentenced for 71 murders, but claimed to have killed over 100 drug dealers, rapists, and murderers. He served 34 years in prison, about 25 weeks per murder, before his release in 2007. In 2011, he was imprisoned again on charges of inciting riot and deprivation of liberty and was sentenced to 8 years in prison, but was released again in 2018 after 7 years on good behavior. Since his second release from prison in 2018, after announcing himself to be reformed from his self-declared vigilantism as a youth and committed to not committing any more crimes, Rodriguez was considered a Brazilian celebrity and YouTuber, maintaining a YouTube channel called Pedrinho X Matador, commenting on modern crimes while educating the public that criminal acts are not something to be proud of. Pedro is believed by some to be the inspiration for the comic book character and subsequent TV character Dexter. Pedro was born on a farm in Santa Rita do Sapucaí, south of Minas Gerais. Again, I'm so sorry, I'm probably saying that wrong. His skull was bruised as a result of his father kicking his pregnant mother's belly during a fight. He claimed that he felt the urge to kill for the first time at age 13 when in a fight with an older cousin, he pushed the young man into a sugarcane press, almost killing him, and had considered leaving him there to die before choosing to save him. At age 14, Rodriguez shot the deputy mayor of Santa Rita do Sapucaí in front of the city hall for having fired his father, a school guard, over accusations of stealing food from the school kitchen, preventing him from gaining new employment before shooting the security guard, whom he suspected as the actual thief, using his grandfather's shotgun for both. On the run, he then took refuge in Mogi das Cruzes, Greater Sao Paulo, where he began robbing drug dens and killing drug traffickers, making him a celebrity in the news media as the vigilante Pedrinho Matador, Lil Petey Killer in English. He soon met Maria Olympia, nicknamed Botinha, and they began living together. Rodriguez took on the duties of the deceased in a local street gang and was soon forced to eliminate some rivals, including 3 ex-cronies. Botinha became pregnant with his child but was murdered shortly thereafter by a rival gang leader. Still underage, Rodriguez escaped, going on a revenge killing spree by tracking down and killing every member of the rival gang. On May 24th of 1973, at the age of 19, Rodriguez was arrested for the first time and lived in prison for most of his adult years. Police records show that he was once transported in a vehicle with another prisoner, both handcuffed, and during the transport, Rodriguez killed the other inmate without the police noticing. He straight up sounds like a cross between Hannibal Lecter and Brian Mills, the dad from Taken. When the cops opened the car door and saw the other prisoner was dead, Rodriguez said he did it because the man was a rapist. Although he was sentenced to 126 years imprisonment, he was originally supposed to be released in 2003 because Brazilian law at the time prohibited anyone from spending more than 30 years behind bars. After staying in prison for 34 years, Rodriguez was released on April 24th, 2007, and was reported to have moved to Fortaleza and Sierra. There actually was a good chunk of time, I'm guessing, between 2007 and 2011, where we didn't even know where he was. Like, he was one of the most prolific serial killers of all time, and we just didn't know where he was. On September 15th, 2011, Rodriguez was arrested at his rural home where he worked as a caretaker. He was then sentenced to 8 years on charges such as riot and deprivation of liberty committed while he was detained in Sao Paulo. He was released on December 10th, 2018, after serving 7 years. Following his second release from prison in 2018, after announcing himself to be retired from his self-declared vigilantism as a youth and officially committed to not committing any more crimes, Pedro became a YouTuber, maintaining a YouTube channel called Pedrinho X Matador, commenting on modern crimes, campaigning against gang violence, and teaching the public not to be proud of criminal acts. On March 5th of last year, he was shot and killed by 2 men firing from a car in Mogi das Cruzes, and no suspects have ever been found.